Welcome to Candid Conversations with Candidates, sponsored by Crow Wing Power in partnership with the Brainerd Lakes Chamber and Lakes Media Collaborative. I'm Steve Mao with Brainerd General Rental, representing the Brainerd Lakes Chamber. Joining me tonight is Rusty Taubert, and Rusty is a candidate for the Cross Lake City Council. Rusty, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, we've got a couple minutes here at the beginning of the interview for you to share a little bit more about who Rusty Taubert is, and I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. I'm Rusty Taubert. I am running for Cross Lake Council, a vacant seat this election. And my wife Elaine and I were married in the small country church in North Dakota, where she was baptized, confirmed, and grew up. We have 4 daughters and now have 7 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. Most of my working career was spent with Pillsbury, and I was involved in quality assurance for most of that time. Some of the highlights that we went through were when I was in R&D. We developed and wrote documents for processing food for the space industry, and we fed the astronauts up until the time of the explosion when 5 of them were killed. After that, we tried to commercialize a couple of those products, and we did a couple, and from there I moved on to, at that time the company was buying other businesses, and I was involved in converting those businesses to the company's systems, which was not easy. And after that, the company got into a massive food safety program. That's not new in the industry, but it was new for the company. And we developed programs throughout the whole corporation. And from that, even the FDA developed or took over some of our programs for their work. When I retired, we moved back to North Dakota, and I was fortunate to become mayor of the community of Castleton, and did that for 2 terms. We decided, that part in time, we decided to move to the lakes up in Cross Lake. We moved back to Cross Lake, and being involved, I got involved in some of the commissions, and from that into filling out a term on the council, and then was re-elected to the council. And I must say that some of the things that have gone on in Cross Lake are beneficial in the long run for the community, and such as the library and the medical center, and we refinished 2 of the major roads, West Shore Drive and Daggett Pine Road, and all these are beneficial to the community long run, but are not met with total anonymity. There are some people that oppose the situation no matter what it is.
So Rusty, as you look at your term here, what would be a top priority if re-elected?
Well, I think currently you can look at 3 programs that are ongoing now. And the first is the county is going to redesign and rebuild County Road 3 up to 50 Lakes. And this is a massive effort. And in the long run, it will provide a great access route up to the north and back into the community. The second would be the charter school, which has just about reached capacity and is now thinking about expanding, and is looking at sites to expand and trying to develop costs and programs to get there. And the last thing is the ambulance firemen's expansion on the current fire hall. And the reason this is important, because it would give us living quarters for the ambulance crew, and would give Cross Lake 24/7 service,
okay,
which now they don't have. You know,
Obviously, in this election season, we look at all the priorities that folks talk about, and all these priorities, of course, cost money, and there are budget challenges at the federal level, at the state level, and I would imagine Cross Lake also has its areas of priorities that folks need to talk about when you talk about budget. What budget priorities do you see as you go forward in this next term, And how do you go about paying for those priorities?
Well, I think we have a good administrator at this point, and he is very confident in setting aside funds as years go by, so when some of these programs arise, we have a few dollars that we can tap into to pay for these things. Up to this point in time, that's worked out pretty successfully.
Okay, good. So when you're looking at opportunities to expand the base in Cross Lake, you talked about some road construction opportunities, some opportunities there with the charter school. What could you do as a council member to ensure that the city of Cross Lake either is or will be business friendly?
Well, there's probably two schools of thought in that issue, but anyway, I say the thing the council can do for the business community is to stand behind all the promotions that go through to bring people into the community. An example is Cross Lake Days, which is coming up at the end of this month, is set up by the Chamber, and they have a couple more programs, St. Patrick's Day Parade and whatever. These type of things bring people into the community. And the community center has the same type of thing. They have 5K runs and those type of things, which bring people into the city and utilize, and I think go to the businesses for service and what have you.
Okay. As you're looking back, obviously you have a distinguished career. You talked about at Pillsbury some of the things you've had an opportunity to be involved with. What are some of the things, Rusty, that you think distinguish yourself from other candidates for that Cross Lake Council position?
I think the most thing that distinguished me would be the experience I've had and the time on the council, because I think my peers that are running don't have the experience that I've had.
Okay.
And it's that simple.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to add before you let you go? Any community partners that you've either worked with or see as opportunities to work with going forward, or any final thoughts?
Well, the only final thoughts are that we've got a lot of things going on. Cross Lake is an active community, and I think the important thing is that people should get out and vote, because your vote is important, and that affects the future of Cross Lake and the community.
Okay, well said. Any final comments?
That's it.
That's it. All right. Well, again, we want to thank Rusty for joining us on the program this evening. We also want to thank you for watching. Please join in watching other candid conversations with candidates by tuning in to www.votebrainerdlakes.com. That's votebrainerdlakes.com. And as Rusty said, remember to vote on November 6th.